if you're gonna bounce off of James Cameron a little bit, I watched Avatar 2 finally. Because man, I am so on Team USA America. Like, man,
You want to harvest all the
let
space whales? You want to take all the space whale juice?
not
in
just
the
the
most
space whale juice.
painful, evil way possible, right?
We
Like
fixed that.
they tortured those whales as
It
they
didn't like hurt a bit.
extract-
Didn't like hurt a bit. They shot it twice and it was dead.
They floated it, right?
had
The
a
whales
family.
like no.
I know the family part is what makes it so easy. If they were
They
solitary
didn't even
creatures,
use
you know
the
how long
fuel,
it would
just
take?
wasted
They
it.
killed the mom because
me lay
when
this
you
out.
kill a mom,
Who cares?
like space
I want
whale,
the baby.
you get a baby space whale for free.
Yes, that's how cows work too. You buy a cow calf pair. They're priced specifically for that when you purchase them, and then you slaughter them. Look, here's the deal. There's this. I guess Earth is dying. Humanity, which is clearly America, thank fucking God, has made it to another planet, and they need to colonize this place. They need to make it good for people. And the first beachhead has been established, and we're moving out from there. And there's a bunch of blue fucking hippie people who live here who happen to be 12 goddamn feet tall, feral fucking savage people who have bows that somehow pierce our helicopter windows. That's what I'd improve on day one. Bulletproof? No, we don't need bulletproof.
Arrow-proof.
Arrow-proof windows, and they're fucked. Okay, the U.S. Air Force could wipe out every blue cocksucker on that planet in a week. Okay, I don't know how our future Air Force is such a bunch of pussies.
Did they figure out that, like, from the first movie, that what you need to do is fly slightly higher?
No, they stay at fucking pterodactyl level so that
Okay.
they can come in, spear, and shoot them to
What a
death.
good movie.
But here's the deal, Taylor. We finally, clearly put like a year of hard work in. They sent a bigger army in, really thinned those blue cocksuckers out. Okay, now they had to flee off into the ocean.
Good start.
But we're still, the guy's got some personal shit going on, so he wants to go get the trader who's living in the ocean with his blue family and his blue pussy lady. They got some whales out there who are sentient whales. Apparently, they're as smart as us, maybe smarter in music and mathematics and philosophy.
Not very good at
Gives a shit.
escaping, huh?
Dude. There's like a 2-liter bottle worth of gold juice in each of those aliens that doesn't just slow aging, it stops aging. Each canister, they said, was about, I don't know, 80 million. It took them a couple minutes to get it. You just shoot the fucking whales, core out their brain, and that's it. Okay? And they don't even fight back. They don't fight back as like a thing. Like none of them will ever fight back. So
all right, well, then who's losing? Seems like win-win all around.
Win. I'm telling you, I would kill every blue person. I would enslave the ones that, no, I'd kill every blue person. I can't trust them. They'll rise up. And I'd kill every fucking whale in that ocean. I'd breed those whales. I'd put those whales, you know why they do that thing to bears where they get the bile out of them? They take bears and they put them in this tight little fucking cage and they open their guts up and they stick a tube into their fucking, I don't know what organ, whatever makes the bear bile that they need that's valuable.
Yeah,
and he stays in that cage until he fucking dies. Years from now, they'll keep him alive so they can keep getting that juicy bear bile. And that's bear bile. Bear bile doesn't cost fucking shit. Now, you've got some $80 million a canister gold shit that flows out of whales. Ho, 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 we're going to be sapping them dry.
I don't know how you're losing me.
No,
you've snatched victory from the jaws of defeat from the jaws of victory.
You want 80 million a whale or 8 billion a whale? It's up to you.
No, I was meaning with the bear bile. When I think about a nice fluffy bear having that done to him,
fuck
that sounds
bears.
awful.
They eat us when they get a chance. They would disembowel you alive.
What do you do with bear bile? Is that like where the raspberry flavor comes from?
All of the bears would disembowel you. I'm sorry, Woody. What?
What do you do with bear bile?
Russians do something with it. They're awful. I don't know what they do with it. You'd have to Google.
It's just for fun. You just like look at it. It's funny.
Well, Westerners think they are so cool with their ESPN and their sports. We don't know about the bear bile volume competition.
That's what that thing is in a lava lamp, and that's all we do.
It's like that's all it's useful for. You know how many hundreds of bears I had to torture for that one lamp?
Get that shit away from me.
Really
Smells terrible, totally useless. Look at this.
Maybe we can just stop making lava lamps. What are you, a monster? They're just not gonna stop making lava lamps. We need to torture thousands of bears.
Avatar 2, same exact thing, except with whales this time.
Same exact thing, but they're in the water this time. I know that Disney's entire slate just got pushed, and so the Avatar sequels are going to be continuing into 2031 now. They did a big slate push, and everything kind of moved forward a year or two.
So the writer's strike, is that why?
I don't know. I think they had.
I've been reliably informed we'll all be underwater.
I think they just had. I think No, that's Pixar. Does Disney own Pixar? Do they own Lightyear?
They
yeah,
used to,
I think Lightyear was a big shit in the bed, and that's caused
Lightyear
some
was a
shake-up.
huge shit in the bed. They fired the director. They fired. Like,
I think
the
the
movie
management,
bad?
everybody who had anything to do with it, they fired, all the way at the top.
And I saw Avatar. I saw it. It was. I enjoyed it. Look, I can tell you the plot of Avatar, and it won't spoil it at all. Jake Sully, the main character in the first Avatar, he sort of repelled their invasion. Well, they're mad at him, so they're trying to get him. Boom. Now you know everything there is to know.
Is he still there? Same actor?
Yeah.
Now I don't. Here's something I don't remember from the last one.
Okay.
Originally, they like put their brains in that Na'vi body.
Right.
Oh, he just never went back.
At the very end,
what happened to his crippled like man body?
They ate it.
I want to say they used the magic soul tree to permanently put him in the blue body.
Yeah.
And in the first
is it weird if you did sex stuff like to your man body when you were in your Naboo body?
I'm okay with it.
No, the Naboo, they don't have penises and vaginas. They have
that's not gay, right?
They have the remember because you
not
saw
gay to do it to your own body, right?
The ponytail.
Yeah, but I'll be in my Naboo body. You know, it'll be a little different. You know, it won't be like twins.
I can finally suck my own dick,
but it's not even now. It's but with some blue alien mouth. You know, that's some weird.
I get myself off, and it looks like I just had a popsicle.
Dude, it's borderline. You know what?
I love my own joke too much.
Do you think that is the furry community like big into Avatar? Do you think
I don't know.
They're not even furry.
No. Think about what it represents. It represents leaving your human body and going to something that and it actually becoming like that other like weird blue animal thing, and that's what they're all the fucking about. Every time they all want to be like a blue animal ish thing.
But
foxes and wolves. Like when we've
look at the Naboo or Navi or whatever. They got the ears and
let's not leave the Avatar topic
dogs.
too much. Dude, the movie was good. I saw it in a 3D theater, and it was like a modern theater with the reclining seats, and when the bass went hard, it pushed on your back. I don't know.
Indoor bathroom and everything. Modern theater.
It really did have an indoor bathroom. Yeah. But no. Like I'm trying to differentiate it. Like I have a decent
shit in a bucket at the end of the aisle.
I have a decent little home projector type thing going on, but fucking my couch doesn't punch me in the back when the horses stomp and gallop around or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was 3D, and I really enjoyed it, even though the plot was paper thin. The visuals were literally the best visuals that ever has been anything made so far.
Nice.
There are obviously real actors with like prosthetics and makeup, and I can't tell where the reality ends and the CGI
That's awesome.
begins.
That's good.
I have no idea.
He's always done that. James Cameron is the reason that that technology moves forward. Not only him, obviously George Lucas. Those two men are the reason. And Steven Spielberg to some extent. Steven, it's more with cameras, but those three have driven the advances in camera technology, filming techniques, as well as Christopher Nolan. And the technology though, like James Cameron specifically with the technology. You look at Terminator 2, that liquid metal.
Quick shout out to Tarantino while I'm doing this.
No, Tarantino. I'm not naming everybody. Like these guys have done specific things. But if you look at James Cameron and the tech that from the liquid metal Terminator and Terminator 2, that's crazy.
It is.
It still holds up. You can watch that movie from like 1992.
Scorsese SDU.
And then you go to the Abyss. You know that wacky technology where the water tentacle thing like has the human face, and that pretty white lady whose name is just I can't memorize that name. I don't know how anybody does. Her last name is just
Katie Holmes. We covered this.
Dude, you're not even close. So yeah,
white name is you forgot.
No, it's a really weird name. It's there's like multiple syllables or something.
The movie's really good. It does beat you over the head with the environmentalism. So if you're sensitive to that, you won't like it. There's one scene, this won't spoil anything, where they basically hunt whales, and they do it in the most like traumatizing, evil way possible. Like
they kill the baby first.
No, they get the mom because the baby won't leave it, and that's like a free whale that comes with the mom.
Hell
And
yeah. Bonus
Nice.
whale.
All right, free whale.
and it's just torturous the process in which they like get the whale, and then
You
they
know
like
that whale's passed. And
Let me ask you this, Woody. What kind of good stuff do you get out of alien whales?
an anti-aging cream.
Oh, there's no problem anymore.
Reasonable.
that's
Who's
fine.
lining up at who wants harpoon duty?
The only reason they need to kill less is to make sure that they have a sustainable supply of anti-aging cream.
Yes, let's breed them. We
They
need
don't
to be
wanna-
breeding them in like tiny tanks somewhere, like by the thousands. Dude, I don't give a shit if they make anti-aging. Are you joking about that? Because that's like the perfect answer. Like everybody,
No,
that's
that's the plot. Yeah.
That is
how well
so
does it work?
fucking
Like how well
ham-handed.
does the anti-aging cream
It
work?
completely stops aging in
Holy
its
fuck!
tracks.
Oh yeah, the
shit.
whales. are
Yeah,
gone.
they didn't go as far as to say it makes you immortal and like impervious to damage,
Doesn't
but
You know,
but
fuck
you
what
won't
Taylor
age.
said. No, I don't care about the population.
Heck,
I
you,
need enough
Taylor.
for
I'm
me.
not sure what for. But...
No, because Taylor has this idea of like sustainably farming them. No, I want it all. I want it all now.
All at once?
Wipe them out. Wipe them out and get me enough, and I don't care about
All right,
anybody else.
well, in
Give me
your
a-
reality,
Be red for a
1,000 years down the road, you fall apart. In my reality, I've got fucking anti-aging cream forever because I start an evil, despotic dictatorship where I ensure that it's huge environmental levies and regulations on the common man and nothing at all for me, the elite. So it's going to be like, it's like nothing at all like it is here. In
I
Earth.
can't
Like,
wait to see how. I can't wait to see how like humans with like guns and missiles and spaceships are going to lose to the fucking blue Indians again. I can't wait to see that little swing of like of nonsense. It's going to happen again. Like the worst part about that inevitably happening, you don't have to spoil anything or whatever, but the worst part about that inevitably happening is the team that shows up that happens to read the report about the last team it happened to.
yeah.
It's the same
You know?
people.
And they're all 15 and they're all 15 years older inexplicably.
Dude,
This
if you-
isn't a big spoiler because you learn it in like the opening minutes of the film.
you know what happened after Colonel Custer fucking lost at that last stand?
He
He was
died.
killed.
There weren't any more L's after that for a long
It turns
time.
out that the big baddie, if you remember him, he's a military guy with a scar on his face. He's older.
yeah, badass.
yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pumping iron.
Well, they had a backup of his personality and they put it into a Navi body. And now he is also a Navi, but he's,
Does he have a scar? Inexplicable. Just.
oh, yeah, the scar transfers over.
How else
Are
would you
you-
recognize the character?
Dude,
No,
the
they-
scar
actually,
does not
Taylor's
transfer.
right.
As soon as they transferred, they just.
I
Had
mean,
to
he
cut his
also the
face.
haircut transferred over, so you can recognize him that way.
Dude, this sounds really stupid, man.
The hair.
The plot is- Yeah, so he has a high and tight military haircut.
Oh,
with
I
a
know.
Scar on the side of his head. So if he didn't have short hair, you wouldn't probably appreciate the scar.
Man, fuck Avatar.
Personalities.
I mean,
This is
this-
the future
That's some
Elon
basic
Musk
ass shit, James.
It
Cameron.
is
I'll
basic,
come back-
dude. James Cameron came up with this plot in 24 seconds, and then it took him a decade to make the movie. Yeah, so that's from Avatar 1. He's a Navi in Avatar 2.
That guy looks like he.
That was the
He's
only
great.
cool guy in the first movie.
Dude, I was rooting for him the whole fucking time. I
looks
wanted
like-
them. I was
Same.
sad they didn't
didn't
use
go far
biological
enough?
warfare. No, not nearly far enough.
He
I
was
wanted
a
to use.
baby, a big baby. He needed to get real and start, getting some guns on the ground.
That picture, you're right. The tattoos came over. They actually got a bunch of soldiers, and all their tattoos came over. Like there were soldiers that like love a particular style of sunglasses, so they got like big ones made for their Navi bodies. And they're like the same people. From
Damn,
the first
Oakley's showing up big. All right.
one.
Are any of them like pissed where they're like, fuck, I don't have a dick? Like now I have to fuck with my hair like a loser.
I think pretty much all of
Maybe it
them are
feels better.
pretty. The Navi body, if you get over the fact that you can't, or I guess jerking off's different. I don't know.
You're just like a Ken doll.
It's a
now.
better
Bru-
body.
Dude's up there brushing his hair.
I was gonna say, you
incessantly.
just play with your hair, and you're doing the same thing at that point.
Yeah.
It becomes
Oh,
more
yeah.
efficient.
Dude, I could finally suck in my own hair.
Yeah, you suck your own- That's what they keep doing. They're like, everyone, stop sucking your own hair. It's something that you learned as a child here. It's not okay. It's pretty gauche here. And then meanwhile, the general is just like
Meanwhile-
throating himself.
All the infant babies do it constantly. It's just part of the culture.
Yeah, this sounds really dumb. And this genuinely, how long has this movie been out? A few weeks, a month,
the movie
around
was-
there.
Yes, but I want to add The movie's 3 hours and 10 minutes, and for me, it flew by. Kind of like
It's a long movie.
You
It
are
is
the
a
only
long
person in
movie.
my whole world now that I
Okay.
know who has seen this movie. Like, that's the level of like disinterest. Like, I feel like among a lot of people with it. Like, none of my friends, no one has mentioned this. No one's going to see it. I think the movies as an industry.
It is
are kind
the biggest selling movie that's come out in 2022.
Damn, my friends just. I guess I just don't hang out with people who go see movies.
Yeah, it crossed the $1 billion mark. It's already like in the top 50 all time of movies, and it's.
I guess the
cool.
Top Gun movie was second. You
What?
said, right?
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
I feel like that kind of shows you that to actually reach like the mainstream audience, it's not your average consumer that you're targeting. You're targeting like this weird like Gen X, completely like not the average movie goer that we're all of a sudden like, I have to go see the new Avatar. I have to go see the new Top Gun. Not
Mhm.
like your
crazy
average
thing
person
about-
who's consuming stuff.
Yeah, and you can see like that's a good point, Josh, because like Disney has made a pivot in their core consumer in the past 5-10 years as well, where it's no longer young children watching
Right.
a lot of Disney cartoons. It's like Arrested Development millennials who are consuming Disney cartoons, and so like they're pivoting a lot of their content to be like for a 35-year-old millennial instead of for kids. Of course, there's still kids stuff.
Out of curiosity, I was looking this up not long ago. What actor do you think has been in the highest grossing films? Like his library of films is the
Samuel L.
highest.
Jackson
ever.
is the answer.
It's wrong.
Wait, net or like on average?
Collectively.
Leonardo
it not be-
DiCaprio.
How can it not be
Nope.
Sam Jackson?
Okay, well, hold on. Who was in?
It'll
okay,
make sense
what-
if I give you the answer.
What
He's-
about the Harry Potter guy, Daniel Radcliffe? Does that add up to be enough?
Let me see if he's even.
I'm trying to
He's
think
not
of-
in the top 20.
What are the
he's not.
top biggest
He's nowhere.
movies?
He's nowhere near it because the Marvel. Sam.
Oh,
Jackson
Marvel. Yeah.
Sam Jackson is in almost every Marvel movie, and he's.
Okay, well then it's Robert Downey Jr.
It's not Robert Downey
It
Jr.
can't be Robert Downey Jr. if it's not.
He's
if it's not Sam
sixth.
Jackson.
What?
Who is it? I gotta know.
Wait,
Stan
no,
Lee.
Stan.
he's dead. Doesn't count.
There's no way. There's no way that's true.
Stan Lee is in every Marvel movie. Stan Lee makes a cameo in every Marvel movie. That's
But-
why.
But those are
Every-
the only movies he's in. Whereas Sam Jackson did every Marvel movie plus 500 more.
He did
Marvel.
every Marvel movie, though. Where's Samuel Jackson in Guardians of the Galaxy? Where's Samuel Jackson in Thor? Where's Samuel Jackson? Stan Lee's in all those films.
You would imagine that, like,
Shit.
yeah.
Is Sam Jackson second?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Third, I didn't pick Frank Welker.
I don't even know who
I
that
don't know
is.
who that is.
His top film was Transformers. He's been in 112 films. That's why he is such a high thing. John Ratzenberger is fourth.
I don't know who that
He's
is.
been in 50 films, but his top one is Incredibles 2. Bob Bergen is fifth. Minions is his top film.
You should
if you do
have
that
like a
Pixar-
cutoff.
I guess if you do that
But-
Pixar shit, like that's kind of cheating though.
Dude, so if you look at this list, Marvel wrecks it. So this is the top 20. I'm going to go through it really quickly. Robert Downey Jr. 6th. Warwick Davis. It's a Star Wars dude. Yeah, he's 7th. Alan Tudyk from Frozen. But then here we go. Scarlett Johansson, Andy Serkis, another Star Wars. Paul Bettany, Chris Evans, Don Cheadle, Zoe Salada, that's Avatar. Dwayne Johnson, Benedict Cumberbatch, John Favreau, Jeremy Renner, Idris Elba, and Gwyneth Paltrow. Of this 20, like 13 of them are Marvel people.
Yeah.
The top grossing ever.
Yeah. And it makes
Warwick
sense because not only are they incredibly popular, but there's just I think there's off the top of my head, I think there's 28 films, like roughly. Like I think it's approaching 30.
Yeah. Warwick
And now
Davis.
the TV shows.
the how?
That one is listed as dubious. And it's something to do with him getting credit for Time Bandits and Size Matters Not, but maybe he's not in those.
Oh, he was in
But-
Harry Potter also. So you got some credit there, I'm sure.
Okay.
Those are big.
But there's
ones.
only 8 Harry Potter movies, and they weren't like wildly successful. They weren't making $1 billion a pop.
Really? Maybe I'm misremembering. I thought they were like challenging at the time, like what Avatar or Titanic. I guess it wasn't Avatar. It'd be like
I think they did really well. I think they were number one. Those years, but
I just don't think they made billions of dollars. Like these movies, these Marvel movies now are like $1 billion is like the benchmark almost. Like if you make $1 billion, that's like the bottom. It's like, all right, you got to $1 billion. I guess you can get a sequel
on a
But,
Marvel. I guess you can get a sequel. You
I guess we'll do another one. Like, but like the big ones are doing like $1.5 billion or something. I think I don't really pay
two
attention to it
even.
anymore.
I think
Yeah.
some of them make $2
Like
billion.
with Avengers.
Yeah.
How does Avatar win? All the way back from 2009. That movie just wasn't that good. Like I don't even remember.
I can tell you why it did so well. 3D technology was a really big deal, and everyone wanted to go try it.
Yep, that makes total sense in retrospect. That's why I saw it.
Okay,
like,
yeah,
I don't know about this, but
I didn't
see dragons.
It was a good enough movie, but really it was the 3D thing that we were all hearing about, and people wanted to try it.
So they're James Cameron. So that's his thing. No, wait, isn't it?
Yeah,
Isn't
it's James Cameron.
Yeah, and he also made Titanic, which is wild.
He's 2/3 of the top 3. Good for him. If only he made Avengers Endgame, he'd have
he's one of those directors who's like he's made some of my favorite things of all time, but then he's just made garbage for like the last 10, 15 years or something like that. It's been very upsetting. He plans on making not one more Avatar movie, not 2 more. I think it's like 4 or 5 more Avatar movies that are in the works.
I kind of like that he did that deal. He's like, look, Avatar is the highest grossing movie of all time. It might be second now, but that's when he made the deal. I think it was 1. And he's like, so I want a deal that makes 6 more movies or 5 more movies. That's smarter than like, hey, let's make 2 and see how it does. Nah, he locked in everything he wanted out of the Avatar series based on the success of 1 movie, which I think the sales numbers just don't correspond to how good the movie was or how important the movie was. They outstrip it.
Yeah. I heard that Matt Damon got offered 10% of the profits for Avatar if he would star in it, and he turned it down.
What?
Yeah.
Profits in Hollywood, though, are sketchy.
Oh, yeah, they'll like lie about not making the money, and so okay,
yeah, I don't know if he made a terrible decision, but
of course, there's probably some loophole that his agent or some attorney is like, sounds good, don't do that. Like,
yeah. Turns out Avengers Endgame not profitable.
Sorry, Matt.
In sales.
the Avatar series made $65.
That's true. It seems like every actor has a story about that. How like, but Star Wars turns out hasn't made money yet. Like,
it may have been gross. It was a cool deal, And of course, Sean Connery with Lord of the Rings. They wanted him to play Gandalf, and they were gonna. It was another one of those 10% deals or something like that. It was a big percentage of.
I don't know what his deal was, but Tom Cruise turned down Iron Man. You know this story.
Thank God he did not play Gandalf. Jesus, that would have been horrible if Sean Connery. Have you seen 2 hobbits fucking around, not taking the ring where I told them to go?
What about very old French?
Fly away, you fucking idiots! I have to fight the Balrog down in the depths, You don't think you could do a good job? Arwen, I'm not gonna not hit you just because you're a lady.
You don't think he could do a good job? He couldn't be a Gandalf.
It would have been so distracting. Maybe it's because it's like solidified in my head that Ian McKellen is Gandalf.
He's so good.
Ian McKellen is just a better actor.
He's a better actor.
Sean Connery. Sean Connery plays different variations of Sean Connery.
Yeah, I agree with that. You look no further than that Highlander movie that I always make fun of, where for some reason he plays a Spaniard with a Scottish accent. His name's Ramirez.
I'm not changing my accent. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Right.
And the worst part about it is like, all right, that's the character that he's the age for, and he's a big star, and we've got him. Mm-hmm. But his co-star is Scottish. His co-star is like the character that he's playing with. That's a Scottish character who also cannot do a Scottish accent because he's Belgian or something like that. He's like Dutch or whatever. And so you've got like a Dutchman playing a Scotsman and a Scotsman playing a Spaniard.
It was like the beginning of a joke.
Co-starring. and like neither one of them can do the correct accent. You would think Sean Connery could like coach him up on Scottish.
Yeah.
It distracts me when there's a whole cast of unknown actors and then like a Matt Damon or a Sean Connery or something. It's like, look, you're either bringing in new guys or you're not. You can't just have Robert Downey Jr. and then Taylor and I star in a film.
That is so true, because it'll be like the beginning of the zombie movie and it's all the no names like, we gotta get out of here, we gotta get out of here. And then like Tom Cruise pulls up in a wagon, it's like, get in. It's like, oh, all right, I know who the hero is now. I know I know who cannot possibly be killed.
This zombie movie, a bunch of nobody actors. Matt Damon pops on the scene, kills 3 zombies, says, how you like them apples? And then you're like, oh, but that's from the Boston thing. Fuck this.
You like them apples. He's like out and out saying like, I was also in the debated.
That's Good Will Hunting. Yeah.
You know, who's the Pedro Pascal? I don't know why I blanked on it. The guy's a genius, so good. But it kind of hurts when people refer to it as like the best video game adaptation, right? Because it's just like a really great show, period. And it's
don't you wish he was Mario now?
Did you see the Saturday Night Live?
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it was. I was like, all right, sign me up. This is way better.
If they made that movie, I would be 100% down. You just have to play it like for real and take it seriously. When he looked over and was like, "It's a me, Mario," with that like gray hair and like the wrinkles and stuff, it's like, fuck yeah, I never even considered like an old school Mario.
Yeah. It was
like,
cool.
Like with the old rusty pipe and like beating up Gen Z like turtles or whatever.
Yeah.
Every now and then SNL does something like that and it ends up being a movie. So fingers crossed that they make a terrible Mario movie, though it seems like they're already well on their way to doing that with Chris Pratt.
I don't know if I have the same negative view on. I don't like Chris Pratt as Mario, but Jack Black as Bowser is a really good, like from all the trailers, I'm like, okay, he was a great cast. I feel like he's got that kind of personality that he can kind of carry Bowser. But what the fuck? Like, I really wish that we got, I'm going to see the movie, but it's probably a lot of people are going to say this, but it's going to take me out of the movie when I hear Chris Pratt and I think of like Community.
I want an Italian. I want like John Leguizamo or Bob Hoskins. Remember them from the original? Like those guys had those Brooklyn accents that those Italian Brooklyn accents. Like it makes sense. But like I saw some article where Chris Pratt was talking about, where did you find Mario's voice? He's like, well, I worked long and hard and just basically just used my fucking voice for Mario. Is what he did. I've seen the goddamn commercial. I don't care to watch that. Like, that'll be another thing I skip. That I'm not gonna watch. I'll watch Avatar when it comes out, but I'm not like super excited.
You haven't seen
kind of
Avatar?
A trash story. It's a trash generic story.
Not
with
even
really amazing
one
special effects.
Yeah, I didn't need to see a 3-hour Avatar movie again, but I was forced against my will and a group of people to go, and I did like it more than I thought I would. I still did not think it was that great of a movie, especially for like the amount of hype and budget. And the first one was literally Pocahontas or whatever, right? So
yeah,
like
Fern Gully.
Right, yeah. So was it cool? Yes. Did I regret going? Not really, but I don't think given the chance I would ever go and see it again, or like I would have made that choice to do it. So like it's a 3-hour movie, and the practical effects of like somebody had the longest underwater breath holding scene ever recorded, apparently. It was like 8 minutes long, right?
Oh, shit.
Who fuck? I don't know where. I mean, I can't remember where that scene is because they're all just cartoons, really well animated to me. So, like, you might as well not have done that because I don't see it.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, that makes sense. I'll watch it when it comes out, but like it's a little overwhelming that he's gonna like. I think he's making 3 or 4 more. Like, I don't.
No, he wanted to do 4 more if this one popped off, and I don't know if it did or not.
It did. It's like the 3rd biggest movie of all time.
God damn it! All right, well, we're gonna get more.
It's like the 3rd biggest movie of all time. Like, it keeps bumping up slots every few months. I or weeks or whatever. I read it on Reddit. No, they're definitely coming. And I kind of don't want to avoid the whole thing. It's like you don't want to watch one Harry Potter movie if you're not going to watch all 8 of them or whatever.
Taylor, are you going to watch Avatar?
I loved it.
I have not thought about Avatar since the last time you mentioned it. How's it? Is it still in theaters?
It's like the 3rd biggest movie of all time.
I think it is still in theaters.
No, I didn't have a plan to watch it.
It's a little tricky because prices go up. So when you talk about sales, like modern movies get to win. But it's the 3rd highest grossing movie of all time.
That's saying
I didn't even think about that as like a sales metric of money, of dollar amount figure, and not ticket sales, because I feel like Titanic would just still dick down everybody.
Baby.
Or like even or even if you did it by like population percentage of people.
You ever seen Gone with the Wind?
No.
You cannot sit through that shit. It's like trying.
Terrible.
You want to be nostalgic and anytime I try to be a little too refined for my own good, or oh, I bet I've got a good palate. Like I don't know. I love caviar. I like oysters, but I know I don't have the fucking palate to eat those goddamn duck embryos or something like that.
Oh yeah.
It's like that. I had that nostalgia for like the original series of Star Trek with Kirk and Spock. Dude, you can't go back and watch that goofy ass shit. It's horrific. It's like that with a lot of things. I can't.
Dude,
I can't
you were right on the money with Gone with the Wind as the most tickets of all time. 202 million. Second place is Star Wars A New Hope with 178 million. And then Sound of Music, E.T., Titanic, 10 Commandments.
I mean, and also just even thinking about
Can I see your source? Because I'm just curious if it includes news.
It's just called Box Office Mojo. Let me link it.
I trust that. Sounds legitimate.
Yeah.
the leaders in cinema news.
I know them a little bit, and they update. I was wondering if maybe he found something from 4 years ago.
I don't know. It just says by adjusted gross as of March 2nd.
Oh,
that's the part I wanted. As of March 2nd. So this is a really good source.
$1.85 billion.
If you were like, these are the most ticket sales, but it was a 5-year-old source, I'd be like, Marvel's been making noise,
Yeah, so the Avengers Endgame doesn't even break 100 million tickets. That's pathetic.
I think Marvel's on the slide down. I mean, clearly we're on the backside of I don't know, like the story.
God, I fucking hate superhero movies so much. Can we?
I don't like them either.
You're already there. Good.
Yeah,
I'm so glad it's ending.
I was one of the bigger superhero movie advocates. I was the frickin' whatever child who with lack of taste. He was like, I really like it when Captain America picked up the hammer.
I like that
too. You guys are missing the magic in that. But
really good.
It was really good.
For a minute, it didn't seem like they were going to pull it out.
really thought the whole world was going to
end. Were going to win at the
end. They all died in the first one.
Yeah, the bad guys won in the first one. So anyway, I really, really liked it. But even I, one of the bigger semen swallowers for Marvel, am just a little over it.
Good. I use you as a weather vane of that, and so for you to be saying I'm over this, I'm like the tides. The times they are changing.
Ant-Man
that's what's coming.
Is like a colossal disappointment.
That's what I'm saying. The second that we started making, not the second, but recognizing we're making superhero movies with Paul Rudd as I don't know how good of an actor for Ant-Man he was, but
I've disliked them all.
It's just guys. You there's no way Ant-Man as an IP was so popular you decided to make a multi-million-dollar movie on it. There's just no fucking way.
I can't put my finger on why Ant-Man, that is a terrible concept. Spider-Man, one of the best ever, but Ant-Man's so stupid. But
makes sense. Spiders are scary.
Yeah. He slings webs and flies around. Ant-Man gets small. He
also gets big.
Oh, sorry.
Which doesn't make sense. Yeah. And
Ant-Man
I think he might maintain the same amount of mass. He just becomes hyper dense when he gets small. But that can't be true, because then when he got big, he'd be hollow,
just
like
blow
away.
Yeah,
somebody would punch through him.
Do you remember in the first Avengers movie? I forget what it was called, when the Incredible Hulk one punches that. I think it's called a Leviathan, that big tube flying thing, and we were all like, "Oh my god!"
Sure.
Incredible Hulk is a match for that thing. Oh my god! Well, we got one guy who could deal with these things. Everyone else, it's a team effort to take one down. You can forget that Ant-Man one-punched a Leviathan too. He's Incredible Hulk's peer in this regard. He's a badass superhero, but I don't care about him. And for some reason, I don't give him the credit that he deserves.
Because he's not real. He doesn't deserve any credit because he's a fucking fake thing. He doesn't need any.
In that regard, they're all peers.
In that regard, they are all. They are pretending.
It's really just LARPing at this point. Honestly, it's quite sad.
They're professional pretend players.
I watched the first two Ant-Man movies, both on flights. I think. Like
where you see the
otherwise
best movies.
otherwise I wouldn't have
Yeah.
caught them. I wouldn't have watched them. And man, they're just shit. I don't care. Like all
got
the
you
old
hostage.
people that are in them, like fucking Martin Sheen is in there, and Kim Basinger I think is in there, and his girlfriend or whatever, who's like the hot elf from The Hobbit that they like worked in there. I think that's Ant-Man's girlfriend. She's the Wasp, and she like flutters about and stuff with him, and he
There's
rides.
three bug-related heroes.
His girlfriend is the Wasp. Guess what his nemesis is in the second one? I think it's
The
the second
Leech.
Yellow
one.
Jacket.
Try one more time. Come on, try to.
She's
we
a
got
white
the Wasp,
Anglo-Saxon
the Ant.
Protestant.
We got Ant-Man, the Wasp, and who do you think the villain was?
The
Scorpion.
What's
Yellow
a bad
Jacket.
one? The
It's
Scorpion.
fucking
The
Yellow
Roach.
It was the fucking Yellow Jacket.
The water
And he, like,
Roach. The Roach
flew
cannot be
around.
killed.
Whenever you step on it, it smells terrible.
I'm honestly done with those movies. I stopped watching the Marvel TV shows. I don't care if they do something with the original Avenger cast again. Anything that they stick. I watch any Guardians of the Galaxy stuff because I like what they got going on there. But I'm not gonna watch any more of those side characters. I don't care about any of that shit. I'm done with it.
How are you for recasting a bunch of the characters?
You'd have to cast someone that I in particular liked. I'm not going to go in there and be like, well, let's see if this person I've never heard of can do it. I'm not going to deal with that either. I'm not going to go watch that or buy that or watch it for free.
Zach said the new movie kills the rest of the originals from what they have said. Does he mean he kills the characters or the movie
timeline? He's probably fucking up the timeline in the new movie and messing with the canon in some way because he goes down to like the subatomic. Look, we're not going to go into the nitty gritty of how Ant-Man works, but
Please do.
Fuck you.
No, dude, that's just a chance for me to. You keep going till something's retarded, and I'll joke about it.
I don't
Taylor,
understand
you remember that
it, but he
Tennessee
gets
cop,
so
Megan
small,
Hill?
He gets into the quantum realm, and then that starts impacting time for reasons I don't understand. And
Time dilation.
That's one of Ant-Man's superpowers.
Wow. So he's kind of like a deity and he should really be killed because that's way too much power to have.
Ant-Man is
Many
the
have
only
tried.
reason that they won in the second movie, and we're not going to talk about the shit anymore.
That
The
is
answer
embarrassing
to
for
the
the rest of
question
the
is
team.
yes, I'm burnt out on Marvel, and I don't want to talk about it anymore. I'm back on Star Trek. I'm back on to Star Trek full time.
But I came back to Warsaw. I've been having a lot of fun with it and Call of Duty. But then I got the Avatar game. So sometimes I'm going to have to play this because I got to beat this piece of shit.
Is it like a single player game?
Yeah. It's like Far Cry, but it's like you're literally in Pandora. But if you're tired of Far Cry games, then you're not going to want this game at all. But if you never played a Far Cry game and you love Avatar, it's a very beautiful game.
Is
But
there
I
a
gotta
mod
get the
so I can
fuck
play
out
as the
of here.
It's
humans?
for all the people that love Avatar.
Yeah, you really, but like, yeah, but isn't
Biggest-
that weird? Because
biggest
Avatar,
awful.
I feel like I love Avatar, but I'm not like a freak about Avatar. But somehow Avatar still kills it. Like, who
I'm on the
Chinese
opposite
people
end
love
of
it
this
that much?
spectrum. I'm like
You hate it.
Well, it's not that I hate it. I think Avatar is fine. I like the movie. Okay, it was good. But what shocks me is Avatar is one of the biggest best-selling movies ever. Both
Yeah,
of them,
you loved Endgame, Avengers.
and it has no cultural impact.
Avatar
like Endgame.
Avatar beat these, and it didn't have a
Yeah.
build up of comics and the movies.
It's because James Cameron's or not James. What's his name? Is so fucking good at
James Cameron.
stealing that wonderful idea from so many. It's Dances with Wolves and
Pocahontas.
Fern Gully mixed together is
And
all this
Smurfs.
is. Right, and Smurfs, yeah. Dances with Wolves plus Smurfs plus Fern Gully, and you get Avatar. I noticed the other day. I didn't notice. I watched a video, and they were like, the Na'vi. That's the blue people, Taylor. It's like that's an anagram for naive. Okay. Oh, look at these humans. Look at these evil humans. They break it down into its like simplest little features, and I'm like, oh god, that is so stupid.
Yeah.
Every time I watch those movies, I side with the humans in my mind. I'm like, wait a minute. Y'all savages are living up in the tree, fucking you're fucking the tree, or you're like docking with the tree, okay?
Disgusting.
And then I look at the human, good-looking guy in his 50s,
Did you even see the movie?
good haircut, and he's telling me that there's some whale oil out there that'll make me live forever. And this is somebody else's planet. We've come here because Earth is fucked. Clearly, this is for our children back home. I wanted those blue people gone. I wanted them wiped out. If I was on the front line, it'd be like the women and the children, all of them.
Dude,
they're
the
little blue animals
in that movie are evil for no fucking reason. They're just evil for the sake of being evil.
No, for
Every
money.
time there's an opportunity to like take children and handcuff them to a sinking ship, they're like, here's our plan. Let's do that.
Yeah, but those children sometimes have explosives on them, so they have to handcuff them to detain them.
They don't.
You never know. There's literally all types of guerrilla attacks. The
We
reason why
have
the
information
humans,
that there are tunnels under that tree.
100%.
and there are. There's a lot of shit going on in those
They never
tunnels of that
attacked the
tree.
humans. They came into the Na'vi tribe and started wrecking shit.
Yeah, but
No,
they
I saw
did
those
terrorist
big sticks
attacks
in the tires of the
with the
machine.
They were
dinosaurs.
throwing rocks.
They threw big sticks and rocks. They
They
did.
were, those little blue kids were throwing rocks at those air tanks, and we just couldn't stand for it. So
You see it. You see those big sticks in the tires. That could kill a human.
they should virus
could,
bomb
so-
that whole fucking blue planet of losers. There's the one part where, and keep in mind, this is like Earth's supermen that we've sent to go conquer a planet, right? You don't send your losers to do this job. You get your fucking Navy SEALs and your super scientists. It's a $1 trillion endeavor. It's their last best bet to like be a race in 100 years from now, right? You look at the guy when the general or whatever Captain Crew Cut is getting everybody fired up to go down there and fuck some blue ass. There's two guys in the front who are no joke. Hillbilly drunk NASCAR fans.
Love
They've got
those guys.
beer bellies and big old neck beards. They're sitting laid back like they're not up in attention. Yeah, boss, we're gonna get that blue goo. Fuck yeah, Earnhardt. Woo! Those guys are in the front row. Like it makes no fucking sense. It's anti-human propaganda. I hate.
I always side with the humans. When I learned about Warhammer 40K and I heard people like, do you know the Imperium wants to wipe out the other 1,000 races in the universe
Every one of them.
and just leave humanity? I'm like, yeah. And people don't like that. People think that's not awesome. That humanity goes, yeah, all of it for me.
Do you know how mad you would be if you were living in the USA in the year
Nice
2800
strategy,
or whatever?
Netanyahu.
If you were living in the year 2800 whatever, and you were living in St. Louis, and you found out that your tax dollars were buying exosuits to cut down trees that the Na'vi are living on in a different galaxy, how mad would you be? Your tax money doesn't even get to that solar system
because
before
Ukraine
you
and Israel took it. We can't fight the despicable Na'vi because Israel and Ukraine have soaked up all of our money. That's why I wouldn't like it. Yeah, we need to conquer the stars, not each other. We just need to hold hands, get along. We can unite.
If we ever
against those
find
blue
some
people.
If we ever find some blue people, I guarantee we will. I've said that before, but if any blue, green, orange motherfuckers ever come down here and starting some shit, start fucking our women, start fucking like taking our land, drinking our juice or whatever, it won't matter if you're Jewish, an Arab. They'll be like, they don't believe in Allah. They don't believe in Yahweh. They don't believe in God. They believe in some blue frog on the mountain who's gonna fucking lay eggs all over our planet. You know what? That's what they believe, right? And everybody be like, what the fuck? They don't. What?
Look at how they fuck. They don't even fuck. They connect their hair and with weird, gross tendrils.
Oh, you're talking about the actual Na'vi.
Half of us will want to fuck them.
Yeah.
No, you're
Half
talking
of
about
us
the
will want to
blues.
kill them.
I'm just making up a random alien like
put me in the
insectoid race.
first category.
The Na'vi
You
are
wanna fuck them?
because
Dude,
the
have you seen him? Show me a Na'vi that's fat.
Oh no, I played the whole game and I
Every
was like, I
fucking
want to fuck
Na'vi's
them.
got a flat tummy on the entire planet.
they're cat people. Of course they do.
Yeah, if you
They
wanna
don't have
kill someone,
vaginas.
start with the fatties.
They don't have
are
anything to fuck.
I'll fuck her hair.
They've got pussies.
No, they.
Actually, I'm
I
not
remember
sure. I
that
know
part of
they
the
do the
film.
hair
They
thing,
connect
but-
their hair together, and that's how they do
You know,
it.
that's the
No,
only way
that's-
they have.
You guys
That
need
wasn't
this.
sex.
Guys, I
That
watched
was-
this once 12 years
That
ago.
wasn't even
You guys-
sex. They've got
I
remember
they've got cocks and pussies for sure.
I
That's
gave you.
why they wear bottoms.
They have long dangling blue cocks.
Okay.
But the propaganda that you're going to
They-
run on planet Earth is that they fuck the horses
Yeah.
they ride.
Kyle's right. I googled it. They've got dicks.
Touche on that's why they wear bottoms point. That got me. I was like, oh fuck, he's
Well,
right.
they could just have a urethra and like a butthole, though. You know,
Like a
they don't have
cloaca?
to have a Well, a cloaca. Yeah.
I got a topic. What
you got?
popular movie does not deserve its popularity?
I mean, Avatar is the easy answer, but
That's
let's
the
move
top
past
one.
that.
Yeah.
That's a good start. I wouldn't have thought of that one.
Star Wars. But I think Star Wars earned its popularity by being so revolutionary at the time. So I don't like that answer either.
Anything John Wick after the first one?
I think those fill their fucking. They're doing exactly what people want. I like that Paul Verhoeven era in the 80s where you had movies like RoboCop, where it's just like shoot 'em up, fucking violent for the sake of violence, and just let's go and kill some bad guys and have blood fly everywhere. While like I said earlier, I'm not crazy about like the universe, the John Wick universe that they're clearly creating, but I'm on board. You know, I still like it. I don't think they're like mega popular, but like nobody's being duped. Everybody who likes those movies know what they're signing up for, you know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. There's an unpopular one maybe is Napoleon Dynamite. I can't get behind those movies. And I know I'm probably going to get crucified for that.
There's only the one, right?
Oh yeah, the one movie, but it's like it's so fucking dry. I could go through that entire movie without cracking a smile.
I haven't seen it since it came out when I was in 8th grade, and I remember watching it.
Proud of you, Sensei.
3 or 4 times that year, and thinking it was just the funniest thing in the world because it was hugely popular if people my age, like what 14
Same.
years old, 8th grade, and like I haven't seen it since. And so you're probably right. If I were to pop it back on, I'd be like, "Oh, this sucks." Where's that funny scene where the uncle's like, "I used to be able to throw a pigskin clear over them mountains."
Oh, God. Uncle Remo. Yeah, it's Uncle Remo, I think, and he's the best character. He's just like he's making an audition tape out by his van that he lives in, and where he's like falling back in the pocket and scrambling like a quarterback would, but he's by himself in a field, and it's an NFL audition tape. Like he's sending this to like the Chargers or some shit, and there's this part where he's just like completely slipped into a bit of a nostalgic delusion, and he's just like, if that coach had put me in, I'd have made pro, no doubt in my mind. And he like looks at the mountains in the distance. He's like, I bet I could throw a pigskin over them mountains. It's just like he's so delusional about his football acumen. It's that and the Rex Kwon Do guy are the funniest parts to me. You know, where they go to like the Taekwondo school, and I can't recall that actor's name, but he's a great character actor, and he's wearing the American flag like parachute pants and like the wife beater and like maybe a do-rag or something, and he's just like, proud of your sensei, and he gets Kip up there, like Napoleon's even nerdier somehow brother, and is like doing the moves on him and stuff, and I don't love that movie. To me it's kind of, I don't know, I get kind of grossed out by just like watching it for a while. It's kind of weird.
I think it's a good pick. People love it so much, and I'm just like, look, I can kind of get pieces of it, but by and large, that was a stupid movie with bad humor. It was overrated for sure.
I think it's overrated.
That's a good pick. The like, it's funny you're talking about like the Uncle Remo or whatever. Like those parts were funny, but like every time I remember even watching it, like when Napoleon was on screen, especially talking to that girl, I was just like, this just makes me sad, and like I feel like this is a hopeless existence for everyone involved.
So basically, our audience.
Maybe they'll empathize with it. Yeah, it's an overrated one. This won't be on the list at all. But I'm just thinking, like, if personally, I watched that. You remember that movie Gone Girl with Ben Affleck?
Yeah. Yes.
I watched that, and I'm admittedly biased because I think Ben Affleck is a trash actor. I think he's shit, and I don't like most stuff that he's in. And I remember it was just all rave reviews. Everybody was talking about how great Gone Girl was, and it's like 3 hours long. And it is a great example of a movie that is just beating off the entire time about like, oh, we're building. We're building. Yeah, we're edging this movie out because we got 40 minutes of story and 3 hours of film. And it's like just terrible. Like my grandparents were like, oh, there's this new movie called Gone Girl, and it's set in Cape Girardeau, which is like not near where they live. They're further south than that. But they're like, oh, neat. You know, a movie based in Missouri, very rare. And then all of us hated it. All of us, except for my mom. My mom thought it was good, but everybody else was like, this is shit. This is horrible. And Ben Affleck is the absolute worst. I can't do it. It's terrible.
I thought it was just an okay movie. I thought it was worth the watch. I often get it confused with Gone Baby Gone because that has Casey Affleck in it.
Which one's the one with the female boxer?
Oh my God, that's neither of these movies.
I think that's $1 Million Baby.
That's $1 Million Baby. Did you also get confused about 3 men and a baby? You're thinking like, yeah, where Tom Selleck has the little kid. You know, Boss Baby, where the little animated. Yeah, I know that movie. Yeah, like anything with baby.
Anything with baby in it, you're getting confused.
No, all right.
that movie.
So Gone Baby Gone is about a little kid being kidnapped, and Casey Affleck is a private eye hired to find her. Gone Girl is where it's sort of a ripped from the headlines kind of movie where Ben Affleck's wife, spoilers if you haven't seen the movie, and you should see it because it's good, so skip this part if you haven't seen it. Ben Affleck's wife fakes her own kidnapping and essentially frames him for it, and the media is turning on him, and there's this media machine that's making him look like he is a douche, but it's making him look like a murderer, and there's a difference between douchebag and murderer, and there's a big twist at the ending, and it's sort of a thriller.
And Ben Affleck does a terrible job the whole time.
I don't remember his acting performance sticking out to me as really shitty or really good. Maybe just passable, which is his general kind of like work ethic to me. He's been good. He was better when he was younger. I felt like as he's gotten older, I feel like he phones it in a lot. But like I liked the Ben Affleck that was in the Kevin Smith movies. The one who was in like Dogma
Mallrats or something.
Dogma, Mallrats, stuff like that.
I like Dazed and Confused where he was like beating the shit out of a bunch of little kids. That was really cool.
Ben Affleck was in that?
I haven't seen the guy with the paddle that was like drilling holes in the paddle, like, I'm gonna get you after school.
That was Ben Affleck?
I believe so. I could be retarded.
Oh, I am definitely retarded. I just didn't remember.
I'm not sure. I've never seen Dazed and Confused.
Really?
You've seen everything.
That movie's really
there's
good.
a few that I skip on purpose.
I mean, well, it looks like a high quality film. It's got, the cover where the 4 people are poking their head in and silly faces.
We have the chick from Resident Evil before she was in anything. You have Ben
Mila Jovovich.
Yeah, she's one of the main characters. You have a bunch of people before they got famous. It was really kind of interesting.
This is the movie where McConaughey's like, you know what I like about high school girls? I keep getting older and they stay the same age, and he says that. Yeah, he's
Ben Affleck's in this.
No, he is. He's in it. Yeah.
I'm on the IMDb. I can't find his name.
It's probably buried. He was a little bit part.
Yeah, he wasn't a big part in this one because it was a '93 movie. McConaughey was a bigger part. Yeah, I don't remember whether or not I liked that movie.
You smoke? You'd be a lot cooler if you did.
Yeah. You smoke? You'd be cooler if you did. Yeah. now it's
Dale Gribble.
Now Dale Gribble's up here mad at Hank for hiding the truth from Bobby. Dale, if you don't stop talking to my son about the Unabomber, I'm going to call the police.
Now, boy, I know it's fun getting sucked and fucked by a Dyson vacuum cleaner.
That's pretty good, too.
We've all done it, Bobby. We've all fucked the Dyson. It's true. Even I've borrowed it and used it. Yeah, King of the Hill, another great background show.
Yeah,
I've seen it so many times though. I've seen it too much. I loved that when it came out. Even my dad loved that. Like my dad was like, it's kind of like real life. Like this cartoon is kind of like small town America. And I'm like, it is. Like Peggy's my favorite character though.
Really?
Yeah.
What
I think
like Peggy the most.
I think that she has the most depth to her character. Really, like she's got all those she's. For one thing, she thinks so much of herself and it's all delusional, right? She thinks she can speak Spanish. She can't. She's so proud of being substitute teacher of the year, 2 years running or whatever the fuck. And it's just like you're a substitute teacher. Like they let anybody do that.